receive all monies from the hand of the secretary. Keep a fair and just account of the same, and pay them out as you may be ordered by the worshipful master or vote of the lodge. I trust your regard for the interests of the fraternity will prompt you to the faithful discharge of the duties of your office. Brother Installing Marshal, present the next officer to be installed.
Brother Installing Officer, I present Worshipful Richard Gardner, pro temping for the Right Worshipful David William Weaver to be installed as secretary.
Brother Gardner, you are chosen secretary of this lodge and are now reinvested accordingly. It is your duty. Carefully observe the proceedings of the lodge. Keep a fair record of all things proper to be written. Receive all monies due the lodge and pay them out over to the treasurer, taking his receipt for the same. Your good inclination to masonry and this lodge, I hope, will induce you to discharge your office with fidelity. And by doing so, you will merit and receive the esteem and applause of your brethren.
Keeps the computer on that. I didn't hear protein.
Brother Installing Marshal, present the next officers for installation.
Brother Installing Officer, I present Brother Warren Christopher Delaney for installation as senior deacon, and Brother Donald Edward Christensen for installation as deacon.
Brothers Delaney and Christensen, you are chosen deacons of this lodge, and now invest you with the badges of your office. To you is especially entrusted the reception and accommodation of the visiting brethren. It is also your province to attend on the master and wardens, and to act as their proxies in all their active duties of the lodge, particularly such as relate to the reception and conducting of candidates into the different degrees of masonry, and in the immediate and responsible practice of our rites. Not doubting your vigilance and attention, I trust your faithful discharge of the duties of your offices will entitle you to the esteem of your brethren.
Sure.
Brother Installing Marshal, present the next brother for installation.
Brother Installing Officer, I present Brother Dave Winkler for installation as chaplain.
Brother Winkler, you are appointed chaplain of this lodge and are now invested with the badge of your sacred office. The principles and precepts of Freemasonry are in strict accordance with the teachings of the Great Light in Masonry. These enlighten life and illumine love. And though Masonry is not a religion, it is essentially religious. In all her laws and teachings, she stands for whatever is good, a cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night, pointing the way to a glorious immortality. In your hands may this badge prove a gospel of love, leading men to light and life everlasting by drawing them closer to the great architect of the universe. Brother Installing Marshal, present the next officers for installation.
Brother Installing Officer, I present Brother Donald Touche, pro temming for Charles Hans Schaefer for installation as senior steward, and Brother Chris Tripp, pro temming for Timothy Scott Quinley for junior steward.
Brothers Lachey and Tripp, you are appointed stewards of this lodge, and I now present you with the badges of your office. The duty of your offices are to assist in the collection of dues and subscriptions, to keep an account of the lodge expenses, to see that the tables are properly furnished and refreshment, and that every brother is suitably provided for, and generally to assist the deacons and other officers in performing their duties. Your regular and early attendance will afford the best proof of your zeal and attachment to the lodge. Brother Installing Officer, you will present the next officer for installation.
Brother Installing Officer, I present Brother James Vedder for installation as marshal.
Brother, you are appointed marshal of this lodge. I now invest you with the insignia of your office. The office you hold is an important one, and it is your duty to conduct all public processions of the lodge. Hence, the respectable appearance of the craft will in a great measure depend upon your energy, promptness, and decision. Brother Installing Marshal, present the next officer for installation.
Brother Installing Officer, I present Brother Joe Robert Gibson for installation as pilot.
Brother Gibson, you are appointed title of this lodge. I now invest you with the badge of your, with the badge and implement of your office.
We didn't take yours for taking us.
As the sword is placed in the hand of the tiler to enable him to effectually guard against the approach of cowards and eavesdroppers, and suffer none to pass or repass, but such as are duly qualified. So it should morally serve a constant admonition to us to set a guard at the entrance of our thoughts, to place a watch at the door of our lips, and to post a sentinel at the avenue of our actions, thereby excluding every unqualified and unworthy thought, word, and deed, and preserving consciences void of offense towards God and towards man, your early and punctual attendance will afford the best proof of your zeal for the institution. Brethren, such is the nature of our Constitution, that some must of necessity rule and teach. So others must, of course, learn to submit and obey. Humility is both an essential duty. The officers who are appointed to the Governing Lodge and whom have selected for that purpose are sufficiently conversant with the rules of propriety and the laws of the institution, to avoid exceeding the powers with which they are entrusted. And you are, as Masons, of too generous dispositions to envy their preferment. I therefore trust that you will have but one aim, to please each other and to unite in the grand design of being happy and communicating happiness. Finally, my brethren, as this association has been formed and perfected in so much anonymity and concord, in which we greatly rejoice, so may it long continue. May you long enjoy every satisfaction and delight which disinterested friendship can afford. May kindness and brotherly affection distinguish your conduct as men and as Masons. Within your peaceful